Hey guys, it's Noah Wilson here from iHollywood TV, and welcome back to another episode streaming right here exclusively on Glued TV, airing on Roku. That's right. Well, my next guest, he really needs no introduction. He's coming to us from Tokyo, Japan, because he's covering the 2020 Olympics. You can catch him on Tokyo Live every morning from 6 to 11 a.m. on Peacock, NBC streaming service. Please welcome Matt Iseman joining us this morning on the virtual. He's coming to us from Tokyo. Hi, Matt.
No, this is our longest distance call we've ever had, buddy. We are across the globe from each other.
Oh my God, yes, we are. Oh my gosh, I wish I was over there. It seems like a whole lot of fun.
It is amazing. And obviously, look, there is still a pandemic going on,
Oh
so
yeah.
we are confined to our hotel and the broadcast center where we work. That is it. They don't even want us
What?
going outside to jog. Yeah.
Oh.
We're allowed to go out to their equivalent of a 7-Eleven to go get
Uh,
sugar-free Red Bulls, which is my fuel to get through
mm.
the jet lag adjustments.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's beautiful. And actually, right outside my room, they have the Olympic rings out here. This is where the triathlon started, so
Wow.
we get to see some of the action.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, because I was just about to ask you, have you ever been able to, when you're not working, go out and just like sightsee a little bit or?
We haven't. We're not allowed to go check out Tokyo, but
Uh-huh.
because the venues are considered part of our workplace as journalists, we did get to do a tour of the venues, and Noah, they were breathtaking, especially the
Mm-hmm.
Ariake Gymnastics Center,
Mm-hmm.
where of course Simone was competing last night, along with
Yeah.
the other women in Team USA. And it was built just for this. The outside is breathtaking. The inside, they used a ton of cedar wood, which
Mm.
has this very distinctive smell, a beautiful smell. So you're in this brand new facility where you just see the love and care that was placed into it. I think it seats 8,000 people, and
Oh,
unfortunately,
wow.
they have around 100 or so of the other competitors who can go in there.
Mm-hmm.
The venues were all done early. They're beautiful. They were ready to accommodate people. And while we wish we had fans, the reality is these games were close to being the fourth games ever canceled. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just glad to be here. And I think the athletes are just excited as well. The energy has been great. But you can see, I think the extra year has really added a lot of pressure, especially to the favorites.
Yeah.
Look at this NBC. They give me Nike stuff. No, I'm going to wear it.
I like that. I need a little NBC Tokyo hoodie.
Oh my goodness. I actually, in the International Broadcast Center, there's a gift store where I went shopping last night. And I got stuff for my mom, my dad, my
Mm.
girlfriend, my brother, his wife, my niece,
Oh,
and I may have gotten some stuff for myself too, because that's how I shop.
yeah.
But it was fun.
Oh my goodness. I love the Olympic swagation going on over here. So
It is well, no. So I will tell you, Akbar and I are both fans of cool swag, and we've been lucky enough to have some athletes come in like Will Shaner with his gold medal.
uh-huh.
Jagger Eaton came in with his bronze, and last night we had Jess Parado and Delaney Schnell, the synchronized 10-meter diving platform silver medalist.
Hmm.
And we love the medals, but Akbar and I were both obsessed with their Nike podium suits. They are the coolest, like this just flat white
Hmm.
with USA emblazoned on it, a little mesh. And
Oh, that's
we're
so
both like,
cool.
do we have to win to get those, or could we just hook something up with Nike?
No kidding. We want one of those. Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
God, it is cool, and it's so great to, we can't see the athletes until they're done competing,
Mm.
but I think just seeing the elation on their
Mm.
faces coming around, especially those who have been lucky enough and skilled enough to medal.
Hmm.
It's a cool moment to get to feel like we're here and we get to high five them and tell them all we're
Yeah.
proud of them. Virtually high five, but
Yes, virtual. Oh my gosh, I think virtual is still going to be continuing on for a little while because have you seen that here in America? Oh, Matt, you might not want to come back. The cases are starting to climb again. I was like, oh
yeah,
no. I thought we were getting
yeah.
better. It was going to be over with, or at least somewhat back to a little normalcy. I mean, it is, still here. But what do you think about that? Because everyone, my friend Matt, you used to be a doctor. You used to do all
Yes.
that, and then you jumped into entertainment, which is a lot more fun to me. But
Well,
so.
it is a lot more fun, and I will tell you, as a doctor, I'm about as useful as someone who plays a doctor on TV anymore. But look, I think the thing we're seeing is even the experts, we're all finding this out as we go. I think
Hmm.
everyone's giving their honest best effort at it, and we're all trying to figure out how we can be safe, and then also how we can try to get back to life. Because, it looks like to some degree or another, we're going to be dealing with this for the foreseeable future. So, figuring out how do we do things like the Olympics? How do we get back? And we're seeing the consequences of this virus, and we're also seeing the consequences of people being isolated. So I don't envy the people in charge when you're trying to have to make decisions with incomplete information or information that's evolving. So again, I'm glad to be here talking about sports and not be a doctor anymore, dealing with truly life or death stuff.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And it's also exciting, the Olympics, happening this year. I think a lot of people are happy that it's happening because we were all so bummed last year when everything was getting canceled because of the pandemic. And to see just a little excitement, because we're rooting for, USA, but also just for everyone because, we're all in this together and we're, just all so happy to be able to be together, I think, once again, just as people,
Well, and one of the things is obviously there are no fans in the stands.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure how that was going to be. But I will say, we talked to you about this. When we did Ninja Warrior, particularly season 12, where it was in the middle of the pandemic, right in July of 2020, we went out to St. Louis and we shot at a dome, the America's Dome. There are 80,000 seats, nobody in it. And we wondered, like, oh my God, is this going to feel like a mausoleum? Is it going to feel empty? Is it going to feel just flat? But what we found was, first of all, Akbar and I, this was the first time we were out of the house, essentially. We were elated to be there. The athletes all knew that we were supposed to start in March. Here it is July. And they realized, look, this could be taken away from us. This is something that's not guaranteed. So everyone was so grateful to be there that despite being in this massive space that was completely empty, the energy was great. The athletes stepped up. And I think we're seeing that. We're seeing that with these athletes here, where the opening ceremonies that really struck me during the Parade of Nations, I think it's an 80,000 seat stadium with virtually nobody in it. But when you saw those athletes coming in, they were still waving to everybody. There were smiles on their faces.
During the opening ceremony?
For them, this has been, for a lot of them, their entire life has been catered to making it here.
Right.
And again, they had it delayed for a year, another year where they thought, is my dream, is my life's work going to be just taken away? And so the fact that they're here and the fact that they get to do what they love has been remarkable. And, we're seeing too the reality of it's taken a strain on all of us, not just physically, mentally. And I think we're seeing some of the people say, you know what, I want to take care of myself first, and totally respect that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I know that our lives have really changed throughout this pandemic, but we're making the best of it, But, just kind of talking about the Olympics and all that fun stuff, back to you being jet lagged, because I was thinking, last night when we were planning this, because I invited Matt to come on the show because I'm like, this is
we
such a
couldn't
special
figure
event.
out the times.
And I was so confused. I'm not good at math anyway, Matt. I was like, oh my God, hold on, wait, what time or what day? I was so confused.
Okay.
And I was like, poor Matt, he's probably
I'm
so tired.
having to look at my watch, Noah, to figure out that it is Wednesday the 28th at 11:14 a.m. right here. Now, what's odd is, I learned the trick. Lori Hernandez, our friend who's helping us with the gymnastics coverage, said just subtract 4 and then flip it from AM or PM to the opposite, and you'll know what time it is in LA. And so I'm trying to think. So I started getting acclimated, but then our show shoots from 7 to midnight in Tokyo. And because of the energy of the show and because of a couple Red Bulls and maybe some cookies, I don't get to bed until about 2:30. So just when I was starting to get acclimated, now I'm back. I have no idea what time it is. I actually have my comforter here because I'm going back to bed after this to try to get some sleep before we go into the studio at 3 o'clock.
Gosh. Now I feel terrible. Matt, you should be asleep. What are you doing?
And we said this too, but I want people to hear this. We said, you have always been wonderful to us. You've been one of the best, most energetic, enthusiastic interviewers with us talking to Ninja Warrior. So definitely wanted to come on and talk our show on Peacock Tokyo Live.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt.
Slipped it
Yes,
in.
you did. Yes, he did. Oh, well, I love them. I love NBC. And I love American Ninja Warrior. I told Matt that I love him and Akbar. They always make me laugh the hardest on that show. So, and by the way, I've been actually watching this season.
Oh, thank you. Wait, the season of Ninja Warrior has been great. By the way, for those who haven't seen Tokyo Live on Peacock,
Hmm.
if you want to laugh, we had Vince Carter on, one of the legendary NBA players who's actually
Oh.
calling the basketball for NBC's broadcast. He came in
Hmm.
studio, and Akbar, an NFL player, played basketball in high school, challenged him to one-on-one. Vince Carter dunked on him. He posterized him.
What?
And to his credit, Akbar released the video because he loved it. But if you want to laugh, it's very funny.
By the way, there's a video on your Instagram. Was it actually your birthday? Because someone said, because I went to go
No,
Google Smoogle it, and then I was like,
here's
what?
what
Did Matt
happened.
just play a prank on us?
In the opening ceremonies, someone on Team USA started singing "Happy Birthday" to Kevin Durant. It wasn't his birthday. He was not amused. So on our show, Akbar set it up. So the crew came out, started singing "Happy Birthday" to me, brought a cake out to try to embarrass me. Noah, they forgot who I am. I love attention. I love people singing to me, and I
Yes, you
love
do.
cake. So joke's on them.
Oh my gosh. And by the way, I was celebrating because I didn't even know it because I had a Dairy Queen cake that I got, and it's like the cookie dough cake. I should have brought it out. Oh my God, we
Oh,
should
I
like bring
love
it out
Dairy
right
Queen
now.
cakes.
Yeah.
I love Dairy Queen cakes.
Oh God, oh yeah, it's like so good, isn't it? Like I had to call a couple of Dairy Queens up this past weekend because I was like in need of wanting a cake, and I was like, "Do you have the chocolate chip cookie dough cake? I want the cookie dough." And they're like, "One's like, no, I don't have it." I'm like, "Well, does any other location in Georgia have it?" I don't know. I called another one. I was like, but anyway, I got it,
That
and it's good. So I will eat a
that's
piece in honor of you, and then
you
Kevin.
know what? I give you a gold medal in Dairy Queen cake hunting.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would. You know what? Speaking about Olympics and all that fun stuff, I think I've shared it once before, but I don't think I've ever shared it with you. I used to run real fast when I was a kid, and I won medals for it. I came in
Really?
first and second place. Yeah, and yeah, like
What
middle
was your
school.
event?
It was like some school run event. I don't know, maybe like a five or
But you got medals.
yes.
Well,
It
Noah,
was like
you
yeah,
know,
a loop de loop around the
tracks,
track. I don't know. I'm not
track
that
and
skilled.
field,
Go on.
track and field's loss is broadcasting gain.
Yeah. Right. Yes, that's right. I was born. I feel like I was born to do this. So I mean, I don't know what else I would be doing, Matt, if I wasn't doing this. So,
You and me both.
oh, okay.
Well,
Now
I guess
let's
I'd be
talk about
being a
that real
doctor,
quick.
but
I was about to say, let's talk about that. Like, what would you do outside of entertainment,
oh well.
even if you weren't a doctor?
Okay, no. So here's what I would do. Medicine would be up. Here's what I would do. I would
Hmm.
be in sales, probably at Best Buy, because I love tech. And in high school, we had a
Really?
class called DECA, Distributive Education Clubs of America, where we had to
Hmm.
sell a product. You had to learn, like, okay, what are the benefits of this product? Anticipate the customer's objections, and then how do you upsell them? And I loved it. I loved it because it was interacting with people, which is what my
Hmm.
job is. I love interacting with people,
Yeah.
not necessarily selling them stuff. Although
Me
the
too.
reality is,
Yeah.
if we're on TV, we're selling soap. That's what we're doing. We're selling soap because that's what
Yeah.
advertising is.
You.
But yeah, I think I'd be in sales, maybe like a chapeau shop or something
Mm,
something
yeah.
fancy. Yeah.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that because I thought if this would never work in entertainment, thankfully I'm with a lovely company called Glued TV that airs on Roku. But if I wasn't in entertainment, I think Roku. Here we go. Roku, Rocka, whatever. Anyway,
Roku.
yeah, Roku.
Roku.
Roku. Wow. I thought that I would, like be like a customer service representative or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My problem with that is I'm very patient until I'm not. And
Yeah,
on customer
me too.
service, like I know how sometimes I get exasperated
Uh-huh.
and will just flip out on customer service
Oh.
people. And if I were the other person, I'd be like, oh yeah, well, I know where you live and I'm coming to throw a dairy. Oh, I wouldn't throw a Dairy Queen cake on their door. That's wasting a good cake. But I will throw something at your door.
Remember Justin Bieber threw an egg at someone's house or at their door?
He's really turned a corner. I think
He has. He's really grown into a young man.
his wife. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. That was back in his past, though. Anyway, let's all move on from that. But anyway, let's get back to what we're really here for, the Tokyo Olympics. I don't know how Bieber came into that. Oh, I'm kidding. Anyway, so how has the dynamic and energy of the athletes been since there is no audience this year? Like, coming in to, you guys interviewing them right after their
Yeah.
win, right after they get off. How is it like? How have you been able to feel their energy?
My sense has been, again, that it's obviously an unusual circumstance, but as soon as the starting gun goes
Mm-hmm.
off, as soon as they start competing, it all fades away and they realize this is my life's work. And we're seeing some incredible performances. And unfortunately, we're seeing some heartbreaking losses, but that's what makes
Yeah.
sports special. Is
Mm-hmm.
that if you didn't lose, the wins wouldn't be as sweet. If it wasn't hard, no one would care. And the women's softball team, who came back to try to avenge a loss in 2008, which was the last time softball was in the Olympics, they
Mm-hmm.
came back with a repeat match against Japan last night and lost. They lost again. And they had an interview with one of their pitchers, Kat Osterman, and she was breaking down, but she said, I did everything I could. I wouldn't change a thing, and it
Yeah.
hurts, but I'm so glad I did it. And it's beautiful. It's like,
Mm.
again, it's sport. You pour your heart into it. It's hard
Yeah.
not to get emotional about it, but that's why we watch. That's why we care, especially because for most of these athletes, they're not going pro. They're not LeBron James getting shoe
Mm-hmm.
deals. This is it. What they get is a moment in the spotlight and a chance to
Yeah.
make history, to do something amazing. And what's cool too is for some of the athletes, some of them are just like, we're Olympians. We
Mm-hmm.
did it. And I think that's beautiful too, where so often we say, if you don't win gold, you lost. And
Mm.
it's amazing to see you were still one of the best in the world at what
Mm-hmm.
you did. And that is worthy of celebrating. That's worthy of a Dairy Queen cake.
That
No, I'm trying
is.
to get you a new sponsor.
Yes.
A new
Yes, you.
sponsor.
Yes, he is. He's trying to get me the big DQ. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. With their, give me the DQ fries and the cake. I'll take my fries and put it in the.
DQ Brazier. Love it.
Oh my God. Now what has been the best and most exciting moment so far in the Olympic Games to cover? Because you and Akbar are on this thing every
Wow.
morning, Tokyo Live.
Well, I think softball had some great moments. They had two walk-off hits. Of course, the gold medal loss is
Mm-hmm.
what's freshest. I think just last night we were in studio watching, and on the vault in the air. As soon as Simone landed, I heard Lori gasp and
Mm.
go, "That wasn't the vault she was supposed to do." And just the energy, how we felt it shifted, because the reality was everyone had already crowned them the gold medalist, forgetting you have to go out and do it, and not realizing
Mm-hmm.
the pressure that was there. And so watching it all unfold live, and particularly because we had Lori there, who
Mm-hmm.
was trying out for the team, who's friends with all of these young women, and who won gold herself in 2016. To be there watching with someone who was so closely connected to it, it
Yeah.
was just, we all were on the edge of our seats all night long, and
Mm.
it was incredible. And so much credit goes to the three women who with Grace McCallum, Suni Lee, and Jordan Childs, who went out there and still won that silver when they were thrown into, some of them were doing routines they weren't expecting to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great night. And it wasn't the gold, but that silver was one of the hardest earned medals I've seen.
Now, what has been by far your favorite sport to cover or just to watch when you're on set with everyone?
So 3x3 basketball, Akbar and I have both fallen in love with this sport. Obviously, everyone's paying attention to the 5-on-5 because that's what we know, the NBA, the
Yeah.
WNBA, and both those teams are favored to win gold, although the U.S. men did lose to. But
Mm-hmm.
3x3 is so fast-paced. It is lightning quick. The games are 10 minutes long to 21, and you just see nonstop action, and
Mm-hmm.
it's physical. It's especially for short attention span people, which I think we're all becoming because of our phones.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's an incredible sport to watch. Same with rugby sevens.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really been fun covering that. But I think, more than a sport, it's been the stories. We had Jagger Eaton come in, who got bronze in skateboarding. And he was just, what I loved about him was just, there was no pretense. He had such a vulnerability of like, man, he's like, this is so surreal. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe growing up, I never thought the Olympics would be a part of it. And just seeing, I think he's 24.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing these young people have these moments and have them realize kind of, look what I've accomplished. Look what I've
Mm-hmm.
done. I think that's what I've been more excited about. So rather than the events, it's been the people and the stories, and just getting to see people
Yeah.
like Lydia Jacoby. When you saw her, she looked up, and when she saw she won the gold, she was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And you
The
just think
excitement.
she surprised herself with what she did. And I love that because, I think the lessons of sport are the lessons of life. You push, you fail, you get criticized, you get yelled at, you get knocked down. But if you keep working, if you keep putting the hard work, you see the progress. And ultimately, when you win, you win because of all the work you put in, because of all the times you fell, because of all the times you failed. And it's really cool to see people come out on the other side. And I think, again, it's like Ninja Warrior. You don't have to win the gold to still feel like you've won.
Yeah, just the love and the excitement that these athletes have for their sport that they're, competing in. It's so inspiring to watch, and to see it all play out on TV.
Badminton. We've been watching badminton. The last time I thought about badminton was playing in the backyard when I was 11 years old against my dad. And just watching it and seeing like, oh my God, they're hitting it like 150 miles an hour, the shuttlecock, and they're just the movement's so quick. And it's just amazing thinking, that people can, whatever you focus on, you can become truly great at.
Oh my gosh! I'm having a whole lot of fun watching the Olympics, but also most importantly watching Matt and Akbar and just everyone do their thing on Tokyo Live. You can tune in live in the mornings from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Peacock. You can watch it on Peacock on NBC streaming service. Matt Iseman, this has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Noah, I appreciate it. You're worth waking up for, buddy.
Ah, thank you. Well, I would wake up any time for you too, Matt.
All right, Noah. Have a good one. Enjoy some Dairy Queen cake on me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.